Hello and welcome. So today, guys, I am so excited to bring you a detailed review of Shaghaf Oud Royale and Shaghaf Oud Elixir. We were all waiting for these two to be launched and then made available in the US. And as soon as they were, I picked them up and I started to test them. And today I'm ready to share all of the details of my findings. At the end of the video, I will also be doing a comparison between Shaghaf Oud Elixir and the original Shaghaf Oud. But if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and in this channel, we love to talk about fragrances, makeup, and fashion. I upload videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and sometimes I even have a bonus video for the week. If that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, well then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's jump right into it because I have so much to say. So the first one that we're going to take a look at today is Shaghaf Oud Royale, which comes in this beautiful green box. And then you open it and look at that beauty. Isn't that gorgeous? Honestly, guys, I think I would have picked up this fragrance anyway just to have this green bottle. I absolutely love it. And here is the fragrance. Much like the others, it's the same bottle, just in that like hunter green hue, which is absolutely beautiful. So this fragrance was originally launched in 2023, towards the end of 2023. And I had been tracking it for a while, waiting for it to make it to some retailer that would either ship to the US or that was based in the US. And it finally made it, and I did share it with you in the community tab of our channel. So I ordered it and it came really quick, and I immediately started testing it. Now, I've had the opportunity to test this one for a full day and also part of a day, like 8 hours. Let me just start by saying that in order for you to like this fragrance, you are going to have to be an absolute patchouli lover. This, guys, is a no joke patchouli bomb. It opens with patchouli, it closes with patchouli, it takes you through the olfactory journey with more patchouli. It is all about the patchouli and the oud. Now, if you have experience with the note of patchouli, you know that it can be quite intense. So imagine that this is a fragrance where the continuous backdrop within the olfactory journey is based on the notes of patchouli, oud, and at the base, leather. So that right there will tell you that this is truly a unisex fragrance. And if I'm honest with you, even though I love a strong unisex fragrance, this does lean a tad masculine. This fragrance, like I said, opens with quite a bit of patchouli. Personally, I love this opening. This is warm, spicy, woody, with quite a bit of like an earthy quality to the fragrance throughout the entire journey and then at dry down. But I know that that earthiness is really coming from that very prominent patchouli note. At the dry down, what I get, guys, is a very, very dominant and strong patchouli that has been done beautifully, but still very present, with a backdrop of a very intense but soft oud note. Not soft in the sense that it's, that it's not a note that you can pick up in a strong way. No, oud is definitely a dominant note in this fragrance, but the patchouli is right there with it. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. And then at the dry down, in addition to that very dominant and strong patchouli note with the backdrop of a very intense oud that's been still done smoothly, you also get the note of leather. But the leather is not like a leather that's unbearable or obnoxious. No. The blend is done beautifully. But I will tell you guys, this fragrance is not for everybody. First of all, you have to love patchouli. Second of all, if this is a fragrance that is going to be your introduction to oud, I don't think that's a good idea. This is not for someone who's just starting their journey with the note of oud. This is for someone who understands oud, loves it, appreciates it, and has no problem with it being quite an intense and present and dominant note in a fragrance. This is a fragrance that I would use all throughout the year except for the summer months, because I think that it would be a bit much with 70 degrees and above, with 70 degrees Fahrenheit and above, and this fragrance, as it is quite intense. Right now I'm getting a very strong projection and sillage, and I am getting a minimum of 8 hours from this fragrance. This is one that I would use also day and night for any occasion. I can see myself dressing it down or dressing it up. This is really a very, very beautiful fragrance, but it is quite intense, and it is what I would describe as a statement-making fragrance with a very strong Middle Eastern presence to it, definitely. This is a fragrance that I tell you, you are either going to love it or hate it, for sure. All right, so now guys, let's talk about Shaghaf Oud Elixir. I've been so excited about this one. I mean, with the Royale, I was also excited because I wanted to know what twist was going to come in that fragrance, and I loved the color of the bottle. But with this next one, being that I love the original Shaghaf Oud, I've been looking forward since one of the fan members actually told me a couple of weeks ago that there was an elixir coming. So this is the box that the elixir comes in. And then you open it, and here is the fragrance. Another beauty. So this fragrance has the same mirrored finish that the original Shaghaf Oud has. And obviously it's the same bottle. It just says Shaghaf Oud Elixir on this one. Now this is the one that really pushed me to film this video sooner rather than later. Much like Oud Royale, I picked it up immediately upon launch. But this one was launched in 2024, not at the end of 2023. This is an amber woody fragrance. But guys, this is no joke. This is truly for the experienced oud lover. This is not for anyone starting their oud journey or anybody who just enjoys dabbling into fragrances that have the note of oud. This is truly for someone who absolutely loves the note of oud. When I first sprayed this fragrance, I was immediately hit with a note of saffron that was quite strong but beautiful, and like a very faint rose in the background. And then guys, I'm not kidding you, maybe like 10 seconds into that, the oud appeared. And oh my goodness, this oud is strong and intense and powerful. Honestly, it is so strong that it borders on being one of those kind of like skanky ouds. It just didn't come across as a refined oud like it does in the original Shaghaf Oud and all the other Shaghafs that I have, including Royale. In this one, it is all about a very, very strong oud that is dominant throughout the entire journey of the fragrance. But the good news is that even though you get that very, very, very intense and strong oud note all throughout the olfactory journey, at the dry down, it's almost like the oud decides to take a seat and blend in with the other notes of the fragrance. This one I would definitely recommend to be used all throughout the year except for the summer. Like for me, there is no way that I would pull and use this fragrance during the summer months, even if I'm in a mild weather. No, I would not use this during the summer. And if it's a very warm spring day, I would also not pull this fragrance. This fragrance for a true oud lover will shine during the seasons of fall, winter, and early spring. I can see myself using this during the day, during the night, and for just about any occasion. This is definitely beast mode on my skin. I am definitely getting above 8 hours consistently. I have used this one for a couple of days and it is consistent above the 8-hour mark. The projection is super strong and a very strong sillage. It's just a complete beast mode. So now let's talk a little bit about how does this one compare to the original. So here is the original and then here is the elixir. The original Shaghaf Oud I find has a smoothness to the note of oud that the elixir does not have until the dry down. And even at the dry down, guys, that oud is very, very dominant, present, and intense. There is no forgiveness or relenting when it comes to this oud note in the Shaghaf Oud Elixir. When it comes to the olfactory journey, with the original Shaghaf Oud, I get a beautiful opening that includes some rose, some saffron, and some oud. A very smooth, very, very smooth oud. That's what I get in the original Shaghaf Oud. And then at the dry down in the original, I get like this butteriness, nuttiness type of feel, which comes as a result of the combination of like the notes of praline, oud, and vanilla. It is just a delight. It is the perfectly balanced oud with the rest of the notes in the fragrance. At the dry down of the elixir on my skin, guys, I am getting a more subdued oud, but still quite intense. So the oud in the elixir all throughout the olfactory journey is quite strong, intense, powerful, all of those words. And then at the dry down, it's a bit more subdued and has a combination of like a touch of saffron and a faint rose in the background. But do not be mistaken, at the dry down in the elixir, it is still all about the oud. All in all, guys, I really do recommend both of these new Shaghafs, the Shaghaf Oud Royale and the Shaghaf Oud Elixir. You just have to make sure that you are okay with everything that I explained today regarding each. If you are new to the note of oud, I do not recommend that you pick up any of these two fragrances. I also want to tell you that I know it's hard to get decants and samples of some of these fragrances, but these two are definitely not safe blind buys. I did try to bring you today the most objective and direct review of each to help you make a decision on if you really want to pick them up or not. Personally, I am very happy that I have them both in my collection, but especially the Royale. I have a feeling that being the oud lover that I am, the elixir will definitely grow on me. But that olfactory journey, oh my goodness, guys, it's not for the faint of heart. So please keep that in mind. Alright guys, so we've reached the end of this video. It was just a brief video compared to all the others where I just wanted to share my findings, thoughts, and opinions around the Shaghaf Oud Royale and Shaghaf Oud Elixir fragrances. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to just leave them in the comments section. I also want to thank once again all of our fam members that are new subscribers to the channel. Thank you. We're happy to have you with us and welcome. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging with me today, and I will see you in the next video.